Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more Hearthstone gameplay. Today we'll be taking a look at the Warrior deck that was used by Artosis during BlizzCon 2013. I'm gonna get rid of one of those raiders and we join an Armor Smith. This isn't a bad opening hand. This isn't bad at all. We can turn 2 Fiery War Axe, you know what, never mind. Never mind, we're gonna turn 1 Fiery War Axe with the coin because we just dropped, the opponent just dropped a Northshire Cleric in play, and I am not a fan of having to deal with that card and having my opponent get a ton of card draw. So coining into that, in my opinion, totally worth it. We're gonna be able to turn to a Bloodsail Raider as well. That's gonna be nice because that's gonna be a 5/3. All right, so he's gonna come out here with the Pint-Sized Summoner, which we do need to get rid of. And this is actually, here's the game plan. Bloodsail Raider, bada boom, bada bim, bada boom, bada bing, and then bye-bye to you so that you can't subsequently deal with this much easier. Plus, you know, we kill the Pint-Sized Summoner because, hey, it's a Pint-Sized Summoner. That was a pretty good, it's a pretty good opener so far. We haven't done much and we are, you know, losing the health battle, but I don't know, I'm pretty happy with the start here. I'm thinking about dropping this and then we can either do this or that next turn. But first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and hit for 5. And then, yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and Warsong Commander right now. It's good to do this prior to, because then we get that extra, you know, get that extra attack from any subsequent charge minions we drop into play. And what I can do here is we actually can get rid of that if I go Armor Smith and then swing with a weapon plus the armor weapons, the Weaponsmith. And then I can push through with the rest of my damage. And I kind of like that. The other, no, it's not going to be a good option, I don't think. Okay, so that's going to be the game plan. We're going to do this, and that's going to give us that 2/2 weapon. Hit him with that first. Finish it off with that. Keep our charge minion in play, and swing with that 5/3. A Warsong Commander stays in play. That's fantastic. Still have the Arcanite Reaper, which we might be able to drop next turn. See what he does. He's going to restore himself a little bit of health here. I'm gonna wanna, shucks, I'm gonna wanna deal with that. I can do a couple, so I could do this plus a slam for that to get the advantage of the card draw. Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do, because I'm gonna put this in play first, so we get some, so we can pump him up, and we're gonna get 2 pump ups, because first we're gonna slam him for 2, which lets us draw a card. And, ooh, that's nice to have with Arcanite Reaper. And then we are going to hit him for 2 like that, and that's gonna pump him up again. I'm gonna hold on to my Inner Rage. Not absolutely necessary right now or anything like that. And then push to the face for 12, and next turn will be the win, unless he gets rid of some of my stuff here. He's gonna Holy Nova 2 across the board, that's not enough damage. And then he's gonna Holy Smite my charge guy. No, he's gonna Holy Smite that guy. Okay, so we've got 5, 6, 7 going his way, plus 5. Oh, you know what? I think this will be overall more damage. Yeah, this will be overall more damage with an Inner Rage. Definitely. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. We're going to go with this. And there we go. That'll do it too. Well, I had other plans before we drew into that, but hey, why not use the Raging Worgen when we draw the Raging Worgen? All right, that's game number 1. Pretty solid. Let's go on to game number 2. And our second game here is against a Paladin. I don't really want to open with a Reaper. I even considering dropping the upgrade, but I think we'll just keep it. If we get it at weapon, it'll be worth it. But this is a pretty solid hand because we've got a turn 1, 2, and 3 drop, which is very, very nice to have. And again, we are playing against a Paladin. Paladin, I don't know how I'd say this matchup is. Honestly, I'm more comfortable in this matchup simply because than some other matchups, simply because it's harder for the Paladin to deal with early creatures. They've got the Consecrate and they've got the Hammer of Wrath, but all that stuff's not till turn 4. And we can actually deal with Consecrate because a lot of times it won't fully wipe out what we have on the board, which is very nice. Okay, so for turn 2 we could Berserker. We could also just coin into the Warsong Commander and then follow it up with the Berserker in a subsequent turn. And I'd like to do that. I'd like to get this guy in play right away. And in terms of this, I'm going to let it live for this turn. Because he can hit this for 1, but I don't think he's got anything to do 2 damage to finish it off beyond that. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so. There you go, so we got an extra 2 damage from that. We let him attack into it. That's a better way to do it. Oh crap. Well, my original plan was to go with the Amani Berserker, but since he has this in play, my new plan is going to be the Fiery War Axe to take that out. So we're gonna go Fiery War Axe, and then we are going to push into it. And I'm considering doing that upgrade to pump it up, but I could also save it for the Arcanite Reaper. And since there's no necessary reason to do this at the moment, I'm just gonna hold on to it. And we could always do it next turn if we so desire. Okay, so this would be able to be 4 damage, but that's actually still not enough. Well, actually, oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. So, well, let me think about this again. So this would be 5 as it is. And I'm gonna be sacrificing this creature anyways, so why upgrade that if this thing's just gonna be dying? So this is gonna be 5 damage, so we're gonna drop him in play for 5 damage. And that'll be to take out the 4/5, and then we're gonna drop him in play as well. Yeah, let's take that out. And then we're gonna push. And since we might be doing the Reaper next turn, I'm gonna swing to him for 3 right now. Get that extra damage through. Don't wanna waste the weapon if we drop this. If we don't drop this and we drop the Berserker, then we could have kept it, you know. But pushing extra damage through is fine anyways. This deck is meant to be hyper aggressive. We're trying to do a lot of damage really fast in the game. And it looks like we will in fact play the Arcanite Reaper, because I don't wanna play the Frothing Berserker here. I don't want to throw my creatures away either. You know what I mean? So I could go 2, and then I could do, you know, I'd have to do 3 damage. It just, I don't think it's worth it. I don't want to sacrifice any of this stuff. So the play is going to be the Arcanite Reaper, swinging into that, and then letting my creatures push through, and then passing the turn. And then we can upgrade next turn. We can push for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. Oh, he's gonna kill this. He's gonna kill the charge right now. So forget my charge plans there. Oh, never mind. There's charge again. Okay. So we're gonna go like this. And slam to this is gonna be 5 damage plus 10. 11. We drop this in play. That's not enough. I wonder. Yep, and then we're gonna have the weapon for next turn to kill him. So I can't enrage this guy because. Yeah. So I did that to pump him up for his enrage plus the card draw. We've got 6 going his way right now. And we're gonna unless he destroys this weapon, we're guaranteed another 6 next turn. He needs to destroy this weapon and kill both these to not die next turn. Truth is my shield. You know, I had people in my last video ask, why are you? Oh, there's something he can do as well. Although no, we can get rid of that, right? Yeah, we got Inner Rage. So what I can do is, yeah, we're fine. So we do this to get rid of his shield. We kill it, and then we hit him in the face. So I had some people, I'll talk about this in the next video, in the next game, because we're gonna cut this right here. So let's go ahead and move on over into game number 3 now. I'm gonna get quick work of these, huh? We actually have another paladin here. That's interesting enough. We're gonna drop this Gore Howl, and we'll keep this just in case we get a enraged creature. Come on, please, please, please. Blah, this is terrible, I don't have any creatures. So in the last video, when I did the spotlight of this deck, I had some people ask, why did you slam your own creature? Well, slamming your own creature works very well when it's triggering damage off of your creatures with enrage, or your berserker that gets pumped up whenever a creature is damaged. Slamming, if your creature lives and you're pushing through extra damage, you also get the card draw. it makes sense in a lot of situations. So that's exactly why I would do it. That's why I did it last game, and that's why I did it in the last video as well. Why did I armor up instead of Fiery War Axe? Well, there's nothing to hit with a Fiery War Axe, and armoring up, the great thing about the Warrior being able to go above 30 health, that's going to be the play if there's really nothing else worthwhile at any given time. So yeah, I'm happy with that move too. And for now, we might even do another armor up instead of the War Axe. The only concern is if he pumps this guy up in his next turn, but you know, he might not be running that kind of deck, and wasting this on a 1/1, it's just tough. That's a tough call to make. So I am just going to armor up again, and even if he pumps it up, we're gonna be able to absorb that damage. We'll see, because I'm thinking Blessing of Might is what we'll deal with. We should give a +3/+1. He doesn't have that. He does have the Shattered Sun Cleric, but I mean, you know, there we go. So now I can do this and attack into that, and fantastic. Now the question is, what else do I want to play this turn? We could go with the Bloodsail Raider, or we could go with the Berserker. So we're gonna go with this, and we are going to take that out. And then it's a matter of which creature we want. And I'm thinking we're gonna go, save this for after turn 5, potentially. Sure, let's go with Berserker here. And then we'll go ahead and pass the turn. So if he attacks into this, good. He could attack into it and consecrate, or attack into it. Or he could just Hammer of Wrath right now, actually. That's the other option. Let's see if he does that. He's got the 4 crystals to do so if he has one in hand, and if he deems it necessary. No, we're gonna see a Shield Master instead. And he's gonna push straight through, okay. So the Shield Master, well this is tough, actually, crap. I mean, I can get rid of it. I can get rid of both that stuff, but it's not ideal, not an ideal use of Inner Rage. I don't have to use Inner Rage. I can save it. Well, no, not if I want to get rid of both creatures, which I do. So I actually am going to use Inner Rage right here, because I do want to get rid of both creatures. And I wanted to save my 5 mana to pop down this weapon, so that next turn I can Bloodsail Raider. And have him be gigantic. Obviously there were other options there. I could have slammed my thing. Oh my god, of course. Of course he Acidic Swamp Oozes and then throws down a lovely shield on it. Good for you. I hate you so much. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna go with this, and I'm going to upgrade solely for the purpose of giving me a 1/3 weapon so that I can make my Bloodsail Raider more than just that 2/3. And then I can do this, and we'll get the card draw off of it, plus drop the shield. And I can actually kill that thing right now. Or I could save the Inner Rage. Let me save the Inner Rage, because the Garrosh Inner Rage combo is pretty hilarious. And let me think here. We're actually not going to attack with a weapon either right now. Okay, that's the plan. That's the plan. Watch him pop down another Acidic Swamp Ooze here. As Argent Commander. Very scary in and of itself. He's going to get rid of that, takes damage to the face, and hits me for 3. Yeah, I mean, things aren't looking too good for me right now, I have to say. This is nice. Okay, go with that. Gonna hit him with this, like this. Again, saving the Inner Rage for a Wombo combo next turn. Very likely be the time when that happens. It's a Hammer of Wrath, and then he hits me for 3. This particular game isn't looking so hot for me. It is not looking that great.
Reporting for duty.
This is gonna be a hell of a thing for him to deal with, absolutely, but still. Not looking that great. Alright, so here's massive damage, 12 to the face. And he has to figure out how to deal 8 damage to this thing, too. And then we're gonna hit him with a weapon, because we're kind of in a race right now. So let's see, can he do the 8 damage to get rid of this? He's got 4 on the board. He'd have to do 4 more. He could 4 plus Hammer of Wrath plus Consecrate. That would be an option. If he has any charge minions, any of the neutral ones, he could do that. Just a taunt will do the trick too. Throw a taunt down. You got a taunt? Oh, Avenger's Wrath. Let's see. RNG. I need less than 4 to hit him. Okay, it's safe right now. It is safe. It lives. Oh, good lord. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. I think we're going to win this game. He's down to 2 crystals. I'm pretty sure there's nothing he can do. He gets silence, actually. That's the other thing I wasn't even thinking about. If he was running Owl.
Let me.
I'm guessing he's not, though, because that would be the obvious play.
Not on my.
So he's going to Divine Shield, and he's going to attack into this thing. He'll be taking 12, 13 next turn. Unfortunately, I can't slam this guy to make him bigger. We do have the Frothing Berserker. So he's going to go in play. And actually, we're going to slam my own guy to draw a card. We want it to live, so we get the card draw. And we got a Cruel Taskmaster. I can't do any of that stuff. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do actually? This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna kill one of these guys. So now he can't eliminate both of these dudes. With the creatures in play, at least. Of course, again, he could potentially have options, but he's down to 2 health. We are at 13. 2 across the board. That'll do it too. Oh my good lord. We need a weapon desperately, or that's the game. We lose. We need a weapon. We need him to not play a taunt. This is really scary. I guess it's been a pretty good game though. But I'm terrified because I think we're actually going to lose here. He's got 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes. Oh, the top deck. Oh, the top deck. RNG gods. Thank you very much. Oh, man. All right. Well, that was a pretty good showcasing of this deck either way, I'd say. I'm not super impressed with my last game. I guess it wasn't that bad. I'm sure, you know, if I look back on it, there might have been a couple of plays I could have done differently or better. You know, it was still a win. It was still a close game. Really did come down to the top deck. That was pretty funny. If you happen to miss yesterday's video, let's just go ahead and wrap things up by taking a look at the deck list. Having spent some time with this deck, I have to say, pretty impressed. Very strong aggro warrior. We got 2 of the inner rages to trigger our enraged creatures, 2 upgrades to pump up our weapons. Leper Gnomes, just a beautiful turn 1 drop, pushing through that extra damage. Perfect for any aggro deck. Fiery War Axe, because hey, weapons, eliminating early creatures, pushing extra damage. The Slam, 9 times out of 10, I'm actually using this on my own creatures to get the card draw plus trigger Enrage. Mighty Berserker is one of our enraged creatures. Bloodsail Raider, very synergistic with the weapons that we have in this deck. We also have the Cruel Taskmaster. This is again for triggering enraged creatures. Frothing Berserker, so many creatures taking so much damage. It's just a natural fit in this deck. It gets pumped up every time any minion takes damage, mine or my opponent's. The Raging Worgen, probably my favorite of these 2 enraged creatures because it gets that Wind Fury, which makes it so much more hilarious. This with an inner rage, oh good lord, the damage, it's so good. We've got the Warsong Commander to give our minions charge. Arathi Weaponsmith, it's a nice 3/3, plus adds more weapons to our arsenal. The Arcanite Reaper, big ol' mid-game weapon. Captain Greenskin to pump up our weapons, similar to what we have from Upgrade there. Argent Commander, a nice charge, Divine Shield, good for picking off creatures or pushing through extra damage. Gorehowl, the game winner of game number 3, and also very good for picking off enemy minions. And then lastly, a good finisher in Mr. Hellscream here. He's so crazy with an inner rage, it's not even funny. Actually, it's kind of funny. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching some gameplay here of the Artosis Warrior deck that he used in his deck lineup to win BlizzCon 2013. We're gonna be taking a look at those other 2 decks of his throughout the course of this week, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, keep watching, and keep owning.